Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the altcoin show, coming at you 6 days a week from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thank you so much for watching. Now, we are going to look at, I've had so many requests. I've been flooded with requests. We are going to look at the legacy tokens. Why are the legacy tokens pumping? And what can we do? What should we do? What's going to happen next? Are we in altcoin season? Lots of questions that we're going to answer or attempt to answer, because this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? And of course, before we do that, as always, if you're a regular watcher, you know it's coming. Smash that like button. That will help get this channel out to more people and does help support the show. The comment section below, thank you so much. I read all of the kind words that you take the time to write there and leave, and I do respond to each and every single one of those. And the questions that get left in the comment section as well, I do get back to those as soon as I am able to. And for those of you who are new to the channel, I have a cheat sheet. This is a free resource. It is my crypto roadmap to success. It is located in the description of this video and every video. It's the top link there. You might have to just click the more button below to get the description, and it is there. And also in the description is links to the Discord with the most amazing people on planet Earth there. I'm in the crypto channel there, interacting with incredible group of people. I'd love you to join me in there. So there's some plans there that you can get signed up there. And I also have my own Crowned Traders channel there as well. And of course, if those of you aren't in the Discord, I do look to keep our community updated also on X, and my X, formerly Twitter, X, link is below there. You can follow me there and get some updates there as well. Okay, so we're going to jump into the legacy tokens. Breaking news, guys. Retail is here and they have arrived. Ta-da! It's just that they're only buying the coins that they bought back in 2017 and 18, and there's a reason why, and we're going to get into it. Not because I believe that these coins are fundamentally stronger or anything. It's just, here's what's happening. Let me just show you. So you have the list, and it's basically retail is US Robinhood. It's the Robinhood crew is here. They're Robin the Hood, and Aave, Avalanche, Bitcoin. I'm not sure if I see Avalanche as a Bitcoin, as a legacy token necessarily, but these are the Robinhood list has these coins. And so we're going to look at some of these coins. I wouldn't put Solana, only just got re-added as a legacy token, but you can certainly see why some of these tokens are all pumping. There's a few other reasons why as well. Gary Gensler is resigning. He jumped before he was pushed. That's going to be good for regulation and clarity around the altcoin market. What is a security? What is not a security? What is a commodity? That's going to help, as well as the new administration has talked about possibly no capital gains tax on US-based crypto companies like Cardano and XRP. But remember, Sui and Solana are also based in the USA as well. Maybe people don't realize that just quite yet, but if that actually comes into play, there will be a big list there. And I think there are probably some crypto companies that maybe are possibly looking at getting an office here in the USA. Now, the other thing also is that Cardano, XRP, and HBAR have been connected to this administration, and also Cardano was out at SpaceX. Maybe they just signed an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, but I'm pretty sure anybody who goes and meets there probably has to as well. Who knows if there is any kind of partnership there happening, but that the coin pumped on the news of that. And then also, if we look at HBAR and XRP and Cardano, links with the US government on some kind of federal ID voting system that's on the blockchain there as well. Okay, so we've seen those things play out. And then lastly, before we jump into these legacy charts here, I've got a special legacy show just for all of those of you who have asked continuously. If we look into here, we're seeing billions of dollars flow into legacy coins. And why is this happening? Retail investors are returning. These are people who haven't touched their crypto portfolios in 3 years, and when they return, they will start with what they know. And so you can see some of the coins that they know. These are some of the coins that they know. And you can see that if you look at the top performing coins this week, it's clear that this is what is happening. It doesn't take a rocket science. It's not rocket science to figure this out. But if you go to some of the reasons here, is that retail investors don't analyze tokenomics or fundamentals like they should, like we do. Their decisions are based on familiar names, easy to access platforms, and charts that look cheap. And look, to be honest, I was that person years ago when I just came in. I didn't know anything about a coin. I didn't know about tokenomics. I didn't even know where to look them up. I just looked at the price of it and I just started buying. Okay, I bought some Ethereum. I bought some Bitcoin. Two of my first ever purchases there. And then I probably bought some Cardano. I bought some Polkadot. I bought some, so I bought those tokens because they were easy for me to access on the platform. I didn't know about all these other platforms that you could get on, all these different decentralized exchanges like Sui Wallet and Phantom. Of course, Sui Wallet didn't exist in the last bull run. And so it wasn't until later in the bull cycle that I jumped onto the new coins, and the newer coins of the last cycle were the Solanas, which of course I got in at $12 or $13 and rode that all the way up to $260. And then also HNT Helium from the last cycle that I bought around $4 and rode that all the way up to $50 or $60 there. And so there were just tokens that I was able to get in that came out during that cycle that did a lot more gains. And so what are we looking at? These legacy tokens. So this is what we're seeing right now. So I'm not jumping into these tokens because I want to see if these pumps can be sustained or whether they're just short-lived, because you can imagine people going in to suddenly they see the coins pump, they go into the Robinhood and they go, oh, I'm break even, I'm getting out, I've had this money tied up, and my significant other has been out of all these bad decisions that I got in crypto, and I was 90-something% down, sell. They don't really know. They don't understand. They don't know what XLM is and what stellar lumens actually means and actually does. They just want to either get out at break even, or maybe they get out at a bit of profit and they just sell and there's some profit taking, or perhaps they'll do a little bit of both, where they take the original capital out. They've been watching the Tribal Trades channel. They take the original capital off the table and they leave the rest to run, or they may just jump in and say, hey, I'm up. This is great. See, I told you along. It only took 4 years for it to happen, but hey, we're back in the green. And so that can happen as well. So how I am trading these legacy coins, I'm not jumping from into the legacy token in any kind of place at all, apart from being swing trades. Apart from them being swing trades, I'm not jumping and starting to buy Cardano or XRP or any of these tokens that I sold. And listen, I did videos many months ago, 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago. I talked about how I was dumping all of my XRP and other tokens, legacy tokens that weren't doing anything. They were dead. And so I moved them into Tau and Sui when they were like 40, 50 cents for Sui, and Tau was as low as under $200, got into Blub. And so I was able to ride those rocket ships and do 500 to 1,000%. And there were some of you, I know that you listened and you did that and you made incredible gains, okay? And there are some of you that you didn't, or you were late to the channel and you wish you had it. And a lot of those people came to me and asked and said, what would you do now? Would you sell your Cardano? Would you sell your ETH? And I said, absolutely not. I wouldn't sell the entire bag because I felt we were at the bottom. And I don't ever recommend selling a token that may be dead, because I said at some point, everything's going to pump. I said, I've been through this cycle before. At some point, tokens that just have no use case that are dead are just going to pump for no good reason at all. And they're usually exit liquidity pumps where people are just getting out on the pump. And I don't want to be somebody else's exit liquidity, by the way. And so I gave that. And I said, if anything, I'd be dollar cost averaging out of these tokens as they pump up. And that's what has exactly happened. So if you were patient, then you could have been able to dollar cost average out of these pumps. And I still wouldn't consider selling out completely out of all of them if you're still in. Ride it up, baby. Ride it up until there is some confirmed resistance, and then maybe you might want to take, you can sell the whole bag if you want. That's totally up to you. But certainly for me, what I was talking about was not selling out of those positions. Maybe, I don't have a problem you sell a little bit, but if you want to move it one token that's at a low, you don't move it into a token that's done 500%. You move it across into another token that you feel is stronger and may have better value. Okay, so that is what we're looking at when we look at the legacy tokens. And so what I had said, that I could only say, look, because I'm not a financial advisor here, I can only say what I would do. And what I would do is I would not have sold out of any of those tokens. And I clearly said that on many, many videos. When we got to a point where all those other tokens were pumping and everybody was looking at their dead legacy tokens, those were going to have their day. And if anything, just a dollar cost average on the way up to slowly get out of those tokens, and you may even get out of them in profit. Dollar cost averaging out doesn't have to mean dollar cost average out in loss. It can be dollar cost average out in profit. And so that's what I was saying. Now, if you still have your legacy tokens and you didn't dump them all, of course, unless you dumped them when I dumped them and then got into Sui and Tao and did a crazy run, yeah, if you were fortunate enough to jump in as a trade, then I would see that as a trade. And that's how I am looking at the legacy tokens, as just a trade. Jump in, 200, 300%, and then jump out, and then see what happens as they begin to cool off. Are they able to sustain any kind of a run? So let's look at some of the legacy tokens here. We start with Cardano here, and we do have these all in the cheat sheet, by the way. I did have them in the exit column because people were looking for exits out of these and what prices they could possibly exit out of their position on the way up. And like I said, exit doesn't have to be in loss. Exit can be in profit, for example. And so I've changed that to legacy tokens now because I realize all these tokens are legacy tokens. And so I have got some price points there for people if you are looking to slowly get out of these tokens, or if you are looking to just continue to hold these tokens and take profit on the way up, okay? And so I'm not going to be able to get through every single token, but we'll look at a few here. The first one we're going to look at is Cardano. And what you've got to understand here is we've now been rejected at this level. Our next entry level that it came back to found supporters at 97. If we were to break down to 97, then we could undo this whole move. Just so you know, by the way, sometimes these pumps are just exit liquidity pumps, and then it begins to drop. People start panicking and saying, oh no, I thought it was going to go high, I'm getting out, I'm not going to be stuck in loss again. So there's two things that happen when these legacy tokens that have been really dead and dormant is, number one, you have people that are above that are selling on top of you. You don't have that with the newer tokens because they're in price discovery and there's no old bag holders. You just have profit takers, and that's it. So here you have a couple of things. You have profit takers, people who jumped in on this move. And if you manage to capture this move, well done to you, great job. And so you got people who are now taking profit. That's just a trade. You got old bag holders sitting above, hit the sell button, get me out of this thing. I've been in loss for 3 or 4 years, and they're getting out. And then thirdly, you have people here that are, maybe they aren't the initial bag holders. They're the second wave of bag holders that are like, oh, yes, it's pumping. See, I told you this is great. And then they start to see price dropping and they're like, oh, no, I don't want to be here again. I thought this was going to keep going. And they start to panic sell out as price drops. Remember, this is a bear market support line here. This is the 200 moving average on the weekly, 200 weekly moving average. This is a bear market support line. And so we finally broken through a bear market support line there for Cardano. So that's that we could do. If we jump in and we look at the Elgo chart here, and again, if you look at Cardano, if we switch to the monthly time frame, oh, you can see all these bag holders there that are literally sitting above price, that have been in loss for a long long time. And if you actually look at the tokenomics of Cardano, it's pretty appalling, 45 billion. And the founder says that Cardano one day will be bigger than Bitcoin and that it's better than Bitcoin with 45 billion supply. Sit down. It's never going to be bigger than Bitcoin. Can it have a sustained run? Can it do well? Yes, of course. Can it reach its previous cycle all-time high? Of course it can. But just remember that most coins do not. Not many coins do. Solana finally has, and look how long it took for Solana to get to that level and to reach its previous cycle all-time high. Some coins did it really early, like Injective and Render. They took off and hit and surpassed their previous cycle all-time high. Floki did, and there were others that did, but most don't. Just know that, and that's the reason why as I've gone through that. All right, let's jump to XRP because this is another highly requested one that we had, and we found some pretty strong resistance here. So this would have been a place that I would have either got out of the trade or taken some profit off the table. I'm always reluctant to get completely out of trades that are in this kind of parabolic move, just in case they keep going. But here I 100% would have already taken at least the profit off the table, if not gotten completely out of the trade. Remember, if it keeps moving up, you can always get back in the trade on a break and a retest of this $1.50 level there with XRP. And you can see how it just consolidated, and that was like a bull flag. And then maybe we're getting another bull flag up here for another level. But certainly Gensler leaving has certainly helped the cause of XRP. And you can see that I have the levels on XRP there. We've gotten to $1.50. We're going to have to add some more levels there. But you can see the same issue exists with XRP. All these bag holders that are above price, not just, we haven't even gotten to the last cycle of the bag holders that are above price. We've got a previous cycle, and this chart actually doesn't show it, I don't think. It goes up to all-time high of $3 there, I believe, for XRP. So people have been holding that for a long, long time. We should check that out. And the problem that you have with XRP, if you've got one good month, this month, November. Otherwise, it's been an asset that's been in decline since April 2021. Actually, it's been in decline longer than that. If we go to XRP on CoinGecko, and this is the big problem that I have with XRP, by the way, is that 100 billion supply and only half of it's in circulation. The other half is locked up, and they dump, I think, 1 billion. I don't know. I forget now how many tokens they dump on their users every month. Just to fund their lifestyles, I guess I'm going to put it kindly. But I mean, if you can see here that the all-time high was $3.40. So in 2018, it's been 6 years. It's been in a downtrend there. That's not investing, people. That's just, it's almost like a cult at this point. And so, it just hasn't made sense to me. But I'm very glad for those who have held XRP for a long time, and maybe they can get some profits in here, and maybe they can, get a little bit. If you're heavy into XRP, maybe it's possible that you can lighten your load a bit and de-risk a little bit. Again, if I'm an XRP here, am I a seller? I'm probably someone who's taken profits there, and then I'm waiting to see what the next move up is there, and then I'm maybe going to have some kind of stop loss. Remember, we could retrace all this move. We'd come back and do a head and shoulders here and retrace this entire move, or we could just go on to Valhalla there for XRP, but it's not a hold for me long term, and it's just an in and out swing trade that I would be taking on XRP at the moment. And could it get back to its previous cycle all-time high, which I think is around about $1.80? I think at this point it does look like it could get there. Can it get back up to $3.40 now? That's also become a stronger possibility with a new administration, some partnerships there, the tax laws that could possibly be in place that would help XRP if it becomes part of where US-based companies don't pay any capital gains tax. Is it going to get an ETF, for example? There are a lot of things that we just don't know. So I'm very reluctant to sell completely out of a token, but it's a token for me that I wouldn't be personally holding long term. I would be just getting in and out on the swings on the way up there for XRP. Well, that's all we have time for today. I am going to look to add a whole bunch of updates to this chart, and I hope you enjoyed the Legacy Token special that we have there, and that you are able to have. If you're a legacy token holder, let me know how you are trading your legacy tokens. Let me know also what legacy tokens you're holding, and let me know how you plan on playing it from here. Have you taken profit? Have you completely gotten out? Are you taking profits on the way up? How are you playing the legacy tokens? I do feel at some point those that have come in, the retail that have come into the party, are going to discover these other tokens and start to rotate into the stronger tokens again. That's just, of course, my opinion. We'll see what shakes out. But until the next episode, happy trading.